I do.
Okay, great.
I'll probably just end up using the podium since there's not a lot.
Sure, I think it's go time. So, hi everybody, I'm George Kelly with Roth, cover consumer stocks. Excited to introduce the Better Choice company today. We have CEO Scott Lerner. I think he has a presentation, so there will be a presentation and then a brief Q&A at the end. So, thanks.
Great. Morning. Can everybody hear me? Yes. Awesome. Well, thanks for joining us this morning. Oh, yeah, I'm going to use the podium now. Okay. Thanks for joining us. Got a little intimate setting, so feel free to make this interactive. If you have any questions as we go along, please feel free to ask them. Before we get started, just as a show of hands, who owns a pet in the room? All right. And who knows someone who owns a pet? So, pretty good market to be in, pet food. My name is Scott Lerner. I'm the CEO of Better Choice Company. I've been with the company since January of 2021. My background is all in consumer products. I worked for large companies like PepsiCo and ConAgra. Did my own startup in the beverage space and also worked in private equity doing some transactions. When I came to Better Choice, it was a really exciting opportunity for me. I coined it at the time a $50 million startup. It was a business that required three things: a better team, better marketing, and a solid innovation pipeline for the future, and we've done just that. A little bit of overview for you. Our business is rallying around the Halo brand. And just a little bit of a caveat, as we've been transitioning the business and the brand over time, you'll find some things now that are converted over and some things are still a little bit of a holdover. So if you go to our website, it's still the old website. Next week, we'll have a new website up and running. But Halo is the brand that we utilize for growth moving forward. We have two brands underneath that. Halo Holistic is the brand that we inherited. The premise for that business is that it is based on whole meat, not meat meal, utilizes sustainable proteins. So the same type of proteins you'd go into your local Whole Foods and buy, GAP certified animal protein, MS certified seafood. And then Elevate is our new brand that we're launching into pet specialty, and we'll talk about that in a little bit. Our mission at Better Choice is to become the most innovative premium pet food company in the world, and I'm excited to say we're doing that. We're utilizing a team that has been there, done that in the industry, and then flanking them with sort of diversity of thought, if you will. My head of sales, Donald Young, came over from Merrick Pet Food. He built two really big businesses. He was instrumental in growing the Nutro brand that sold to Mars Pet Care, and then Swander Pace brought him over to Merrick, where they built that into over $250 million and transacted with Nestle. So we have a lot of folks that were with Merrick that have significant experience in the pet food industry, and then other individuals that come from other CPG backgrounds to help grow this thing in a quick way. Our focus is Omnichannel, and I'll talk about that a little bit more. We're forecasted to have over 2,000 doors in brick and mortar. When we talk brick and mortar for our business, it's pet specialty, which is Petco, Pet Supplies Plus, independent pet food stores, not food, drug, mass. So we're going into those stores now with the Halo Elevate brand, and we'll talk more about that. What's also exciting for our business is it's growing very, very quickly internationally. We have over $100 million of contracted guaranteed sales through 2025 with our international partners. So the bulk of our business is in Asia, with a good chunk of it being in China. That business is growing fast, as you can imagine, in terms of household penetration in those markets being much lower than the United States, and they're only increasing. The other portion of the business that we see significant growth is with our third-party e-commerce platform partners, such as Amazon and Chewy. We'll continue to sell our Halo Holistic brand on those sites. And really how we're unlocking our growth trajectory is by focusing on channel and channel. So Halo Elevate will be exclusive within the pet specialty channel. You won't find it on Chewy or Amazon. And then Halo Holistic will continue to grow on third-party e-commerce. One of the issues you'll find in the pet space is if you are in both channels at once, you see a lot of pricing competition in terms of map pricing, and it really affects both the brand as well as the retailer. So we're really going about avoiding that. In terms of innovation going forward, we had no innovation when I came into the business, so Elevate was the first thing that we did. So a full line of dog food, both dry and wet, and then we're building out our cat business as well for Elevate, and then filling out our portfolio in terms of treats and other products going forward. We are an asset-light model. We believe in being a sales and marketing organization and growing top line as quickly as possible. We know that's what strategics are interested in at the end of the day in terms of a manufacturing footprint. So we're deploying our capital against our organic growth plan and not into facilities. So when I talk about omnichannel, you hear that buzzword a lot out in the industry, and we're going after the millennial pet parent. This is how they shop. It's when and where it's convenient for them. One day they might be shopping in brick and mortar, the next day online, the next day direct to consumer. So we really are channel agnostic in terms of where we get the sale. We want to get that sale. Our goal is to reach them wherever and whenever they want to shop with us. We're going to differentiate through the channels that we're playing in, right? Through the brands that we're selling. Halo Elevate through pet specialty, Halo Holistic online. Our DTC site will have all our products, both Elevate and Holistic, as well as the True Dog brand that we inherited. It's a freeze-dried raw business that we're converting over to Halo as well. So our target is to be 100 million plus by 2023. We're well on our way. If you look at the models out there, the bridge this year kind of gets us halfway between where we were last year and 100. We're very bullish about our opportunity to get to that $100 million mark with strong margins and ultimately getting to profitability in 2023. The legs of the stool are clear: e-commerce, DTC, international, and brick and mortar. So let's talk about Halo Elevate a little bit. It's a really exciting product line. If Donald Young was here, he'd give you his $100 bill challenge. He'd hand you $100 and ask you some questions and see if you could beat this product, and you simply can't. It's the best food on the market. It delivers against some principles that drive both palatability with animals as well as health. Over 90% of the protein comes from animal protein. There's no fillers in the product, so it drives a high level of palatability as well as digestibility. It has great ingredients like probiotics, chondroitin, omega-6, omega-3. So when we went on this journey, we knew we wanted to penetrate the pet specialty channel. I don't think we thought we could achieve what we did so quickly in terms of gaining distribution. When we first started conversations with Petco that Donald has a strong relationship with, we started down the path of maybe 300 stores, maybe 400 stores. We finalized at 900 stores going into this year, and I'm happy to announce that we well exceeding 1,000 stores to date in terms of where we're going to gain placement. You'll find the product in 167 stores that already had Halo Holistic that are getting converted over. It's on Petco.com. Today, we've been asked to go on their seasonal aisle or seasonal wall in April to get a head start for the full reset in July. So we're looking at over 40,000 distribution points with Petco. And also, we're a best choice brand with them. So if they have a brand to recommend, Elevate is one that they will do that with. Pet Supplies Plus, if you're familiar with that chain, is over 600 stores nationally. It's a franchise model, great company, over 27,000 distribution points there. So strong relationship with Pet Supplies Plus as well. We were just down with them in Orlando last month. Donald has a great relationship up to the CEO level. Again, the theme, preferred brand with Pet Supplies Plus. They're giving us access to things through their database to go target consumers to convert. They want to partner with a brand like Halo Elevate because of what I spoke about. We are exclusive to their channel, exclusive to their store. The problem that they've seen over the years is a brand will come in, build a business, move to a Walmart, move to Food, Drug, Mass, and guess what? They're taking that customer with them. That's lost sales, and it's not lost sales for a week, it's lost sales for 15 years, the life of a dog. So it's super important for us to be exclusive to them, thus we are preferred brand. And then the last distribution partner is Phillips. They're our independent distribution partner. They're going to fill out the ranks of the independent stores. So your mom and pop pet food stores, your smaller chains like Kreiser's, Mud Bay, and we're looking to be in over 500 stores through Phillips. So this isn't all just something on a piece of paper, it's happening now. Pet Supplies Plus is setting the stores now. You'll find the product there. As I talked about, Petco is getting going, and then Phillips as well. A little bit more on the product line. The basis, it's natural science-based nutrition for optimal health. It delivers on those 5 key benefits for the animal, digestive health being super important, heart and immunity support, healthy skin and coat. One of the ideas I had coming into this, because I didn't have pet food experience, I was all food and beverage, was why don't we take trends from the human food and beverage world and bring it into pet? If you've seen or shopped in pet over the years, it's golden retrievers prancing along a field. It looks nothing and feels nothing like brands that you're used to shopping or your kids are used to shopping. So when you look at Halo Elevate, it looks like it looks like RX Bar. It looks like brands that you'd go into Whole Foods and shop, as an example. And we actually got playback from consumers. Some millennial female consumers were like, "Wow, this looks like something that I would buy," and that was the point of it. So not only having transparency on the front panel, but also utilizing technology as well. If afterwards you want to, you can scan this flow code and it goes to an AR mobile site that provides options for a $5 coupon, a comparison chart against other brands. So we're really playing into sort of that Web 3.0 world. The product is now being made up at a new supply chain partner in Minnesota, and that was part of our plan. It was to optimize and improve our supply chain footprint, and with that, gain margin growth into the future. So we have the capacity to make the product, and one of the huge opportunities for us now is for those that raised their hand earlier and have a pet. If you've walked into a pet food store lately, you'll see a lot of empty shelves. Well, we're filling at 100% fill rate, and we have product, and retailers obviously like that. And so the combination of having a great brand and having the product to sell is really giving us a fast start in the market. I spoke earlier about our international business. The demand internationally for our product line is significant. If you look at a market like Asia or even specifically China, they are buying US-made, US-branded product. It's the same thing for that super premium consumer. They're not buying baby formula produced in mainland China. They're buying it out of Australia. So I've been around a lot of businesses internationally that took a lot of effort and was like its own business in itself. This is an extremely low-touch cash cow business for us. We have a partner in Benefit that basically serves as our sales and marketing arm internationally. They take ownership of the goods, export it, and really take all the hassle out of it for us. So we're looking again to have tremendous growth. If you look at the 21 sales, $15 million, 70% year-over-year growth. We're going to continue that growth trajectory this year in 2022, and then look to penetrate other markets such as Australia, such as Mexico, and Central America. We've been selling our sort of basic product line to date. We're looking to bring in more innovation into the future with our new packaging around Halo Holistic, as you can see here, in terms of the cat brand, and then bringing in other innovation around high-protein cat as an example. So tremendous upside. If you look at the numbers, household penetration in China is 20% for pet ownership. Here it's 60%. So huge gap, and they want these super premium types of products. Every business I've been around, it's about people at the end of the day. It's about having a strong team, and we have a tremendous team at Better Choice. We have 50 full-time employees. We utilize a win-from-anywhere culture, so we're virtually based, which allows us to go recruit talent wherever they may live. So our headquarters is focused around Tampa, but we have folks from Denver to Manhattan to Nashville to Austin. As I talked about, connectivity and interactivity is extremely important to me. I served in the Marine Corps for 5 years as an officer, so I know about building teams, I know about leading, and taking care of your people is of the utmost important. If you look at our management team, they all have skin in the game. They've bought stock. I was joking with someone earlier that we always get upset when we're in the blackout and we can't buy more because we're super bullish on the business. So our team is there. Our supply chain is there. When I got here, our supply chain was a little messy. Now it's super clean. We have the right partners, the best partners in the industry. We have capacity, as I talked about. Our fill rates are really high. And now we're looking forward to diversifying the footprint, right? Building in redundancy, finding partners to innovate with. That's really our focus into the future. We've already touched on our customers that we partner with. They're the best of the best. I mean, wherever we need to be, we're there, and we have really, really strong relationships. When we showed Chewy our renovation of the Halo Holistic brand, they got super excited about it. They understood that we could be a spearhead for them in the super premium sort of natural side of the market, and we're meeting them at Global Pet, which is a big pet food show next week, to talk about our partnership going forward. And last but not least, we have a great internal team, but you need awesome external resources. Our mission here at Better Choice is to be the most innovative premium pet food company in the world, and so I specifically went out and sought marketing agencies that had never worked in pet before so that we can drive a point of difference. So when you see our ads this summer, starting in June, that Humanot produced, it's like nothing else in the pet food industry. It's going to blow you away. Same thing with our packaging. These guys didn't use the lens of pet when we were doing the packaging for Halo Elevate. They said, again, how can we make this look and feel like other cool food and beverage brands out there? So let's talk a little bit more about the brand. When I came into the business, they didn't really have a consumer target. They didn't know who they were going after. We're going after the millennial consumer. It's the fastest growing segment of the market. They've adopted humanization of pet at the fastest rate, and they're spending at a very, very high rate. If any of you are in the room that are millennial, know a millennial, they're treating their pets as kids. They're delaying getting married, maybe not even getting married. They're having kids. They spend a ton of money on them. If you look at the data, they'll sacrifice their own food versus their pet's food. So it's a very lucrative target. Am I speaking your language or?
I'm a Gen Z.
Okay, but it's the same thing. Gen Z, millennial, it's kind of very similar. So when you talk about differentiation, when you see our marketing going forward, it's going to look and feel different than other brands out on the market. On the right is our new website. You'll see us talking about pet mom, right? That's how they view themselves. It's a pet mom, not a pet parent. It is their kid. They have, and I'm not a millennial female, but I do still have 20 nicknames for my dog that I'll change my voice very different than I'm talking to you when I'm talking to my dog. So it's a real thing. The emotional connection that you have to your pet, it's a real thing. So we're going to, again, do it differently because that's the only way to grow in a crowded space within pet. So you'll start seeing this trickle out over time here, starting now and going forward. We have a campaign coming out which we call the world's best food for the world's best kids. It's sort of the juxtaposition of, in many ways and in many households, the pet outranks the human. As an example, you can sit and watch Netflix with your dog or cat on the couch. very relaxing, drinking some wine or a beer. Probably not going to happen with a 6-year-old, right? So in many ways, again, the pet outranks the kids. So this will be rolling out very soon over the next couple months. Really, really excited about it. So I want to leave the last couple minutes for any Q&A. I just threw this up at the end. It's sort of a juxtaposition of all the different nicknames that people on my team use for their animals, and I'm sure some folks in here that have pets have their own nicknames for their dog or cat. So with that being said, I'd love to open it up for any questions that you guys might have. Yeah.
In terms of advertising, what channels are you trying to go through specifically for my Gen Z and millennial generations? Is it through TikTok, Instagram, Snapchat?
Yeah, absolutely. So first and foremost, it's utilizing technology to our advantage. So like I said, and I invite you to do it, I'll actually hand you the back. Scan that QR code. So we're going to use augmented reality. We're going to use paid social, so TikTok, Instagram. We're also going to do connected TV, obviously digital ads, and then also partner with our retailers to both do in-store and out-of-store, right? So gaining recommendation in-store is super, super important. Think about folks where they go get advised on their food choices. It might be the vet. In a lot of cases, it's in their local pet food store. So it's a combination of both out-of-home, if you will, marketing and in-store marketing as well to gain the switch, right? And it's providing education to keep people understanding why Elevate is better than the next brand. So, did that work for you, the AR? Yeah. Any other questions? Yep.
You said that you manufacture in Minnesota, bulky product going overseas. What are the plans for the future if anything changes?
Sure. So specifically for our international business, our distributor partner handles all the freight, so we don't see the fluctuations in freight costs. That's sort of built into our pricing model. And then domestically, all our business to our retail partners is pickup. So again, they cover freight. Really, we only see it on a DTC standpoint. Yeah. Yep.
You mentioned that $100 challenge that Donald does. So what are what's so differentiating about your product? Just the actual content of the product?
Correct. So the levels of ingredients in there far exceed anything on the market. So if you look at 610 million, I think it's CFUs of probiotics, it blows away a brand like Purina Pro Plan, which is designed for skin and coat. If you look at the amount of omega-6 or 3 we put in the product, or chondroitin, they're all guaranteed levels. What the pet food industry tricks people on is if you look on the guaranteed analysis, which is essentially the nutrition panel, if they don't guarantee an ingredient on there, you don't know if you're getting that level on the product. We guarantee it. It's on our GA. All these things I'm talking about, you can look at it on our bag. That's why the product is different, why it matters. And also the fact that 90% of that protein comes from animal protein. A lot of brands use plant proteins, plant-based proteins to boost up the protein content level because it's cheaper. We don't do that, right? So you get a highly digestible food, a highly palatable food. You know, when I've fed Elevate to my dog, or other folks have fed it to their dogs, they just go through the product very quickly because essentially it's all meat, and it's a raw, freeze-dried coated product as well. So it's the combination of palatability as well as the nutritional profile. Donald has a neat chart where if you went and you bought all the supplements separately that you would need to match up to this product, I think, Rob, I don't know what the price point was, but it goes up like threefold in terms of what you'd be spending on a monthly basis for your pet versus getting it in this food. So, and the same goes for fresh. Like, fresh food is essentially, it's like designed for people, not dogs, right? It's missing a lot of nutrient components that your dog or cat needs in terms of chondroitin, in terms of omega-6, omega-3 to have a healthy coat. So you'll see more of that coming forward from us, but it is very different than what's in the market. And I also want to make sure that you don't forget Halo Holistic has a point of difference around the sustainable animal proteins. There's really no brands out there that use GAP certification, MSC certification. So the products are great, the brand's great, the company's great, Rob's great. He didn't not even let him talk today, but he's still great. So thanks everyone for your time today, and if you have any other questions, feel free. We're around. Appreciate it. Thank you.